Joining us now, Florida Congressman, House Judiciary Committee member Greg Steube. Congressman, good to see you. I guess the American people are wondering, do people in your committee and other Democrats keep pushing this? Are they going to, is it impeachment again, re-impeachment? What about the investigation? Because you know that the Democrats will not give up.
Well, you think they would have learned their lesson from the whole last year and a half if you look at polling numbers of independents and others who just haven't supported what they tried to do. I would hope that's not the case, but the likes of Jerry Nadler and Adam Schiff and Speaker Pelosi, I don't think they can help themselves. They certainly don't want the American people to know about their real policy objectives like the Green New Deal or Medicare for All and how much that's going to cost taxpayers and how much their taxes are going to go up. So I certainly I would not be surprised if they try to call John Bolton in the Judiciary Committee to have him testify. I wouldn't be surprised if they continue their investigations into Trump's finances, depending on what the courts decide to do with some of his tax information.
Hi, Congressman. Kelly Torrance here. Yeah, I mean, Jerry Nadler was itching for impeachment months before Nancy Pelosi even announced the inquiry. But do you think this is actually backfire on Democrats? You know, we've been talking about Joe Biden's really embarrassing performance in the Iowa caucuses, and he's not looking good in New Hampshire. You know, the president's team talked about his corruption and what he and his son were doing in Ukraine. Is this hurting Democrats, and do they, as you say, not learn their lesson from it?
I think it absolutely has hurt Democrats politically. I mean, if you look at the polling in those moderate districts and you specifically look at independents and their support of impeachment when this all started and their support for impeachment after, there's been a swing of almost 20 points. So that bodes well for Republicans going into mid-year elections and bodes well for the president going into November. Like, voters are not, especially in Florida, when I talk to people in my district, they're not talking about impeachment. They don't care about impeachment. They want us up here solving real issues. So I absolutely think it's going to hurt them. If they continue it, I think it helps Republicans going into the November elections because it means that they're not going to forget it in 6 months.
Congressman, of course, we can all hear the noise in the background. I appreciate you persevering through that. I'm guessing that they're polishing the marble floor. I don't know,
though. I think right above me they are rebuilding Cannon as we speak.
So thank you for that. Speaking of what goes on in the Capitol building, what's going to get done between now and Election Day, or is it just going to be as my dad calls it, Jackie John, just people running their mouths and politicking and actually not working for the American people?
You know, I hope there's things that we can work together on. There's veteran issues. I've been working with other Democrats on veteran-related issues. I think that's some areas that we can work on together. But the bottom line is Speaker Pelosi and Adam Schiff and Jerry Nadler, they don't want to give this president a win. She absolutely hated giving the president a USMCA. So I don't have real high hopes that we're going to get a lot done in the next few months leading up to the election because Nancy Pelosi is not going to let this president be able to wave another flag and take a victory to his voters in November.
Really quickly, what are her fellow Democrats privately saying about that stunt on Tuesday night? What have they told you privately?
No, I haven't talked to any Democrats privately, but I can tell you I can't think that has helped them in any way, shape, or form. And in my opinion, it sealed the fate of the Democrats in November. To be so disrespectful to a president after he's recognized service members, the Tuskegee Airman who was 100 years old, the type of things that it was very emotional in the gallery during his State of the Union, a very positive State of the Union. So to end in that way, I don't think people see that as being very positive. And I think the president's doing an incredible job.
Well, you saw a nearly 80-year-old woman throw a temper tantrum in front of the American people. I've never seen that before. Thank you, Congressman. Good to see you. Congressman Greg Steube.